Hey, Dr. G here with naturalfoodsdiet.org. Today I want to tell you about one of the best things I know to improve your health, and that is to get some living water. Now, when I treat patients either with preventive medicine or treatment for medical conditions, one of the things that I highly recommend is that they get a source of what I call living water. And living water means that the water has gone through the natural hydrologic cycle, as opposed to tap water. Now think of the tap water. We know it's full of chemicals. They use chlorine, some communities fluoridate the water, both of which are toxic. Then the pipes that the water goes through can also be toxic metals, and the water processing itself can add aluminum and other toxic metals and toxic compounds. Recent studies have shown that most community water supplies contain drugs, many drugs, and most contain hormones. Now, hormones I think are good as long as they're your own hormones. You don't want some extra hormones from your water supply. Now, if we think about the hydrologic cycle, think of how complex this is. Here, rain or snow collects on the ground, it percolates through the soil, it percolates through the rocks and minerals, and it gets down into the aquifer. And then it can sit there for years, sometimes hundreds, sometimes thousands of years, and then through a process of where the water flows to the path of least resistance, it comes to the surface. And there it flows to the ocean or evaporates to complete the cycle. Now, if we think about how complex this cycle is and how important any of the steps might be, I mean, think of the rain or snow hitting the ground. It percolates through the soil. The soil is full of countless microorganisms, and they interact with the water. Now, how important that is, we don't know. But there's theories that if you drink local water with local antigens, it improves your immune system and your ability to fight off local things in your environment. And doesn't that make sense? How nature might work to protect organisms from dying from an infectious disease. So I go and get local water on a regular basis. There's a natural spring where the water naturally comes to the surface. I use glass because I don't want to further contaminate the water. Now, the next best thing would be a plastic bottle, although glass is much less likely to put any chemicals in the water that we don't want. Now, think about your body. Our body is mostly water. Now, think about the water you drank a few hours ago. After a few hours, the water you drink becomes your blood. It becomes part of your brain. It becomes part of your heart. How important is that? You don't want to be drinking tap water. You don't want to be drinking water that has been altered, like reverse osmosis water. A simple carbon filter would be the next best step if you can't get spring water. You can buy spring water. You can go to a spring like I do. The advantages of going to a spring are that you get out in nature, you connect with the ground, you connect with the environment. I get some exercise. I carry this 5-gallon jug of water up a mountain because we park on the top of the mountain and hike down to the spring. Now, just be sure the spring is not polluted. Have it tested, or if you know that there's nothing in the area, like it's not in the middle of a city, or somebody doesn't have their cesspool just upstream of the spring. Now, the other advantage of spring water is it usually doesn't have any pathogens, whereas if you drink water in a stream or a river, it can contain contaminants, even natural contaminants, that can become pathogens to make you ill. So one of the things I highly recommend you do, get some living water straight from the earth, just like nature designed. This is Dr. G. Thanks so much for watching.